So probably like one on camera, no, two on camera, and then one off. Shouldn't be too bad. Feeling better today, and we gotta hit the sauna today too, because I need to do like a detox in my system. Easy peasy. I had a topic for today that I forgot. What was it? I remember thinking about it earlier. I don't remember. It's one of those things where like it's right there. Like my brain is like this close to making the little connection, but it's just missing that like last piece. What is it? Oh, I remember. I remember exactly what it is. Today's topic is not letting someone define your limits and not allowing outside influence to define what you can and cannot accomplish. So, we'll talk about that today. Um, and a lot of this, just like as a preface, a lot of this is going to be, or at least the advice that I'm going to give out, is going to be based on personal experience. Simply because I was raised with, or I was raised to think that you can't do, or you can't tell yourself you can't do something unless you've actually tried at it. And we'll delve into that in a little bit. Let me just we'll hit the set, and we'll probably talk about it more during the cable crunches and stuff, just so you guys can understand it better, and I can formulate my thoughts a little bit more. But yeah. All right. So let's just do this. We'll do one more off camera, and then we'll go do some cable crunches, and we'll start talking about our topic. Alrighty. One more off camera. Alrighty. We'll do our warm up. Um, we'll do our warm up. We're actually probably gonna do our warm up and then immediately like try and, because I completely forgot that I need to grab a weight. I need to grab two weights actually. So we'll do a warm up really quick right now, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I got all our weights. Let's set it up. All right, mission today. So, pretty good. We'll do one more on camera. But let's get into the topic. So, sorry, my knee hurts. Determining your limits and why you shouldn't let some form of outside influence determine those things for you. So, let's preface this with some of my personal belief. My personal belief and what I was taught, even like as I was growing up, was if you don't know you can do something, if you can do something, don't ever say you can't unless you've actually tried. And what I mean by that is, obviously, it's not to say that like you can do anything unreasonable. Like I can't go out and say, "Oh, I'm gonna jump from a, I don't know if I can jump from a 3-story building and not die." That's different than what I'm trying to explain. But innately, what I'm saying is like, if a goal seems attainable in your mind, and you have not given your full efforts to attain that goal, you cannot, with confidence, say that you can't do that thing, if that makes sense. A better way of putting it is, if you have not given your 100% to something, you do not know what your best looks like, pretty much. And what a lot of people struggle with is they'll set a goal, right? They'll say, I want to lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds. And what'll happen is they'll start really, really hard on that goal, right? They'll be super strict with their diet. They'll be super on top of things when it comes to coming to the gym. Maybe it's going on walks, whatever activity you choose to do. And they get through those 2 weeks and they're really, really good. But it is super hard, right? Implementing that amount of discipline from the get-go, especially when you're not used to it, can be very draining because you're not used to the thought pattern or the struggles that come with being that disciplined. However, there are some people that can power through that, but that's a different subject completely. And so what happens is they have that period in which they're super disciplined and they burn out, right? And or maybe they don't burn out, maybe they get a lot more lenient on what they're attempting to do. And maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks down the road, they might have lost like 5 pounds, 6 pounds, but they haven't achieved their goal. And because of that, what they think or what they'll tell people is they go, those are the same people. I don't know why a hair just went in my mouth. Those are the same people that'll go around telling people and say, oh, well, I tried losing weight, but it's just not for me. Or I tried losing weight with this and this method and it doesn't work. When in reality, you kind of set up this like false sense of your best, right? You've set up this false sense of your effort or what you can put in as effort, or like set up like a false standard. And you haven't really like tried your best, like honest to God tried your best. And essentially you're setting yourself up to fail in that sense. Because the longer you dwell or the longer you hold that standard of this is my best and I can't do any better, the longer you're going to stay stuck in that one area. You're going to stay stuck being disciplined the first 2 weeks, and you're never going to get out of that period. You're going to be super strict, and then you're going to suck. You're going to be super strict, and you're going to fail. You're going to be super strict, and you're going to fail. You're just going to go through this whole loop, this cycle of actions, right? So how do we break that? How do we improve the way we're thinking about things? There are 2 ways we can improve upon that. There are 2 ways we can get out of it. One, recognize that everything that you're trying to do, regardless of what it is a skill set. It requires a skill set. And if you are new to those things, it takes time to develop your skill set. So understanding that failure isn't necessarily an end-all be-all when it comes to reaching your goal. But what failure is an indicator that you have not yet acquired the skills necessary to reach your goal. And in doing so, you need to reflect on your actions, reflect on your behaviors, and recognize what worked and what didn't. Or 2, second thing, understanding that your mind will quit before you do. Or your mind will quit before your body does. Your mind is going to be something that tells you when something is bothering you, right? When you're working out, it's your brain that goes, hey, this is heavy weight. This is gonna suck. This is gonna hurt. It's going to be tough. And it's up to you to kind of like almost ignore that signal and tell your brain, hey, this is what we're doing. I am in control here. My body is subject to my will. My thoughts are not going to determine whether or not I put in effort that I know I'm capable of. And setting that standard and holding yourself accountable to it. This is why I made a post recently that said, it should upset you when you lack discipline. When I come to the gym and I do not put in the effort that I know I need to, it upsets me. It makes me upset because I know from previous experience that I'm capable of putting in more effort. And I know a lot of the time, sometimes it's just a struggle, right? Your body just doesn't want to listen. And it takes a special person or a special kind of person to overcome that almost mental block and say, hey, no, this is what we're doing. This is the goal we have in mind. This is what it takes to reach our goal. And does that take time to develop? Yes, it does. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. But that skill set will innately allow you to push yourself farther than you think you're able to go. There are times where I come to the gym and I laugh. You'll see it in my videos where I laugh at the weight that I'm lifting. Why? Because I've never thought that I could do like what I'm doing right now. I was at a point in my life 3 years ago where I didn't think I could do the things that I'm doing now. And now I'm doing things that people are working all their life for in 3 years with ease. So allowing, almost like keeping an open mind when it comes to what your limits are. Because what a lot of people will do is they'll set this like predetermined they'll have this predetermined perception of what they're capable of, and that's not necessarily true. It's never. Maybe it is, but not necessarily all the time. And so you have to have an open mind and say, hey, maybe I am capable of becoming something, great. Maybe I am capable of becoming someone better. And allowing that mentality to kind of like overtake the thoughts that, tell you that you're not capable or that you're not worthy or that you're not enough or that your effort is not enough to accomplish what you want. So, yeah. Hopefully that helps you guys, because especially when it comes to the gym, if you are able to kind of forego this idea that like you have a limit, and not in a sense of delusion, but like in a sense of like you don't entertain the idea that you're gonna put yourself down, that you're gonna tell yourself you have a limit to where you're gonna be, you will accomplish a lot in a very short period of time. So we'll do one more on camera, and then we'll do. Wow, this is slipping even then. You gotta be joking me. We'll do one more on camera, and then we'll do one more off, and then we'll go do some decline sit-ups, and we'll wrap the topic up. Okay. One more off camera. All right, T. So, final point before we wrap things up. I want you guys to understand, and maybe this is just something that happens to me, but when someone tells me I can't do something, I don't know, maybe it's just a me thing, but I will legitimately go out of my way to make sure they know I can do it. And it might not apply to everyone, but in a sense, it should upset you when someone doesn't think you're capable of something. Because it means that they perceive you in a way that's limited, right? In a way that's without much potential. And we all know, and like if you know anything about me, that's the opposite of my thinking. Everyone here, everyone that comes to the gym, everyone that tries to set themselves apart from someone has potential. But you have to enact upon it, right? You have to actively pursue it. So if someone tells you, hey, when you're telling your friends, I'm gonna lose weight, or I'm gonna do better, I'm gonna go on runs, or whatever goal you have in mind, and they come with that like energy that's like, oh, what are you talking about? Like, you're not gonna be able to do that. Like, let that like spark something in you, and let it drive you, right? Even if it is for like a couple weeks. Any motivation or any sort of what's it called? Incentive. Any sort of incentive to stay disciplined in any regard should be used. So, yeah. Hopefully, it puts things into perspective for you guys. I'm gonna go grab. Actually, no. I'm gonna grab ropes. I need ropes because I need them for the pie cups, and then we'll check things out. So I'll be right back. Hold on. I forgot to make rope. All right, D. They have been found. So we'll do one here, or two here, one off camera, and then that'll be it. And we'll go check things out. I keep hitting my mic. So we'll do the next off camera then. But after that, we'll check things out. So just a rest day, so not expecting anything, too off. But yeah, I'm honestly surprised that we got as many reps as we did with the 2 plates, because we did like 2 sets, and normally we only do the 1 and we kind of go down. But yeah, it's good. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys